This is going to be a mermaid sleeve, starting with blue scales, going all the way up, and we'll end up with green scales. Like this. These are small scales, also connected with rings. This adventure started roughly 21 years ago when I was 15. We joined a reenactment group back in Slovakia, where I got in contact with chainmail armor, specifically chainmail shirts, and I learned how to make one. And I made one, and then I made a few more, and it became an obsession for me. A lifetime obsession. And well, I've been making this stuff for, well, ever since, approximately. So for about 2 decades now, I've learned how to make chainmail, how to make my own rings. Now at the moment I'm working on a way how to speed the process up, how to make it more efficient, and so on. I'm trying new weaves, patterns. So I'm making chainmail stuff. But also scale stuff. For example, I want to create a t-shirt. So as first I have to open and close thousands and thousands of rings. For example, for a simple shirt, chainmail shirt, you need at least 20,000 jump rings, like this, of this size. 20, 25, depends on the length. Another thing that I make are these bracelets. So in this case I have to decide what material, what color, what ring size do I want to use, because I'm cutting my own rings. I'm starting always from a raw wire like this, and I turn it into this. So I'm cutting my own rings. I'm finding patterns on internet, Facebook, Pinterest is an amazing source of information and ideas. Then I need to know, who am I making it for? Is the girl, is the man, is the child, is someone older? Is it someone like me? Then I have to choose pattern, color combination, material, ring size. I was thinking about some one-in-a-lifetime projects. And I would say that it would be either a whole t-shirt, whole shirt. See, this is the rings that I'm using at the moment. And I would like to make a shirt of small rings like this. Would be maybe 500,000 of them. Or these are small scales. This is going to be a sleeve, mermaid pattern. So either this or a whole shirt made of small scales like this. You can get them in many various colors, so I just have to think about some theme. I would say it would be either fire, mermaid, or ice. It took me about a year to make that shirt, chainmail shirt, on and off. With scales it's much faster. Much faster, because they are bigger, so you don't have to use that many pieces. You just connect them with small rings. I found one guy in Canada, Mr. Meet Simon is his name, and he taught me how to make a scale via messenger video call, and you just simply clicked like this in 15 minutes. And I knew how to connect it, how to make it, and I haven't stopped ever since. What I find most challenging in this is actually to be able to find enough time just to sit down and do it, because I'm a stay-at-home father. We have 2 kids and they also require my time. So yeah, that's the biggest challenge, I would say, to find enough time, because you need a few hours at least to be able to make something, to create something. Yeah. It's a long process, repetitive process, quite boring maybe for someone, but not for me, because I find it challenging. And calming, one by one. Thousands and thousands of rings, literally thousands. Thousands of scales, connected with thousands of jump rings. I'm a big fan of fantasy style and genre, and I read a lot of books, I watch a lot of movies. That's where I'm getting my inspiration from as well. And during the process, I'm listening to audiobooks, which helps me to not think about what I'm doing that much, because I would just go crazy. Just a repetitive process. So I'm just listening to audiobooks. I'm in that world, and my hands are doing their job in here. That's it. It helps a lot. It helps a lot. What I'm making are basically fancy dresses, should I say? Fancy dresses that you won't find anywhere on this island, I dare to say. At the moment I'm seriously running out of material and scales. I'm recycling all pieces. Like all this white and black is recycled. I made these sleeves out of this nice shiny bright scales, but I didn't like them. So I dismantled this one, and I've also found some leftover black scales and some rings, and voila, I've made this top. I really didn't like them, don't know why, just simply didn't like them. And I don't want them to just sit around, you know, lying around gathering dust, so I dismantled them. And I've used all the scales for this beautiful top. One girl from Virginia, from USA, came with this pattern. She saw my design and she made a pattern for me, so I recycled some old scales and I made this one. You have so many options in the world when it comes to sizing, for example. Yeah? I'm using, these are the large ones. Yeah, let me show you just one. This is the large scale. And you have large, medium, then you have small scales. These are the small scales, yeah, in comparison. And then I've heard the legends about the tiny ones. Tiny ones. Can't even imagine working with scales that are smaller than this. I mean, it would be nice, but I can't imagine the size of rings that I would have to use to connect them. That's the thing, it would be a beautiful challenge. This is how you put it on.